Push the button.
Right? That's the most important part, right?
The following expressions and opinions are for entertainment purpose only.
It's my favorite
Though
part.
they are real, if you get your spice from a sauce packet or get your birria from Costco, we're going to offend you. But if you have multiple baby mamas, overdrink sometimes, all while still making it to work every day, do not change this podcast. The networks done gave brown folks the platform.
Yeah, baby.
Stay here. Oh, shit.
Salud, dog.
Salute.
Episode what? 15.
Yes, welcome to the new year.
Cafe
Dan,
and Soul.
welcome to the new
podcast.
year.
Yeah, episode 15.
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm really thinking about counting this as one.
Is one.
That's going to be a part of the problem. You're good. It's still recording.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna make that noise the whole time.
Yeah, we can't separate the audio until next time.
So that's gonna play across the.
Only if I don't do anything. That last part we could take out. This is episode 1.
This is episode one. This is episode 1.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the noises in the background
Right.
and all the other noises that could come in 2023.
Yeah, we won't have that shit next week. There we go.
Here we go.
Salud.
Yes, sir. Oh man.
Ooh wee. Shit, the spot.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I think we got more sounds from the fucking drinks than anything else.
Right. Oh shit. Yeah, you're in line. It's kind of quiet and shit.
What's up? What's up, man? So, how's it going in this fucking rainy Southern California weather?
I seen so much bullshit today on the freeway. So many accidents. So many dumbass drivers. You guys know who you are. I ain't gotta call you out, but you motherfuckers already know. Stay home. And
real.
if you got sick time, use sick time. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Exactly.
yeah, I seen some people that should have called in sick. You know, and like for instance, on the 91 and the 15, you know how they close down like that.
Yeah.
They'll close down the 91 or whatever
Yeah.
because they're doing
All that
concrete
work
and shit. Yeah. So if you're going eastbound, right? So I was coming back from Torrance today, and if you're going eastbound on the 91, right underneath the 15, you can see how they have like the K rail and shit, right? And they have all the the union workers doing whatever, laying the all the forms down and shit. And I seen highway patrol in there, right? And I seen the lights, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, there's no reason for them to be inside of the barricade, right? Like that's a work zone. And then I seen a fucking car.
No, you didn't.
I seen a car in there, dog, like in the spot where they were like forming it, and I'm talking, it's like
Was the rebar down already?
everything
All that
rebar,
shit?
yeah. I mean,
All that
and
shit was
there's
down?
like this much like this much of a gap between the existing concrete and then
What
the new slab that they're gonna pour, because they're just all they're doing is widening it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's rebar in there, and plus it's rainy, so it's a puddle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
All the mud and everything, and it's just like. And this dude's just sitting in it, and I'm like, "What the fuck's your problem?" You know, like how are you driving through the K rail and drive that fast to where you can't even you have no reaction time? You're just gonna fucking go off the little the little ledge.
Yeah. You gotta be an idiot.
Yeah, they are. I got another story too, right? And this is all today. This is all today, dog. I've seen so much shit just today, and so I was on my way to Torrance, right? So I'm on the 91. I'm like right around like I just passed Alameda. I think I'm coming up like on Central and shit. And I'm in the slow lane and I see this motherfucker, dog, hauling ass. He's like in a green Charger. Well, not like, he's in a green Charger, hauling ass. He's wearing a mask. And I just I look in my mirror and I see someone hanging out of a car. But I just imagine it was like, like a passenger. Excuse me, on the driver's side though, right? So I was like, oh, it's just a passenger. And so I end up just like, kind of like looking, and this motherfucker's speeding, doing like 80, right? Keep in mind, it's like raining and shit. And he's doing like 80, just fucking hauling ass. And I look, it's the driver. He's sitting on the door, like the window, like the window part, like he rolled the window down and
He's sitting on the door part?
he's sitting out, his body's out. He's like, he's looking, he's like staring at everyone.
Was it Shaq, dog? Because, I mean, to reach the pedals?
Dog, he had that shit on cruise control.
Oh, of course.
And the reason why I know he had it on cruise control because I seen him gaining ground on because he was driving into basically traffic, because if you know that area like Main Street, like Gardena, Compton area, like the 110 junction, it always piles up right there. It always gets slow. And so he's hauling ass, like driving into that shit, right? And then I'm like looking at him, like, is this fool gonna hit his brakes? And I'm thinking, who? Like, I was thinking there was someone else in the car with him, but then I seen him last minute, like he got up on someone's ass, and then last minute I see him. He was nice enough to use his blinker. Boom, he was courteous.
Damn.
He used his blinker, and he fucking jerked the steering wheel and just boom, just like switch lanes, and it was crazy. I'd never
Trying to
seen
make
that
the
shit.
news.
Yeah, dude had on like a oh shit, just hit my headphones. Dude had on like a mask and shit, black mask or whatever. Just youngster, just hauling ass.
Damn.
And I'm like, come on, dog. Like, what the fuck is that for? What's the point? Like, especially if you're by yourself
And this is on the freeway?
on the 91 freeway, dog. This is probably like about almost noon. Yeah, about noon. Yeah, today.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That is fucking nuts. I don't see the point to that.
Man, if I see some shit like that with my son, I'm whooping their asses.
Fuck.
You know what
Damn,
I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
Like, that shit is wild, dog.
That's
Like,
crazy.
That shit is just it's just retarded, especially in the weather conditions.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like
There goes my fucking story.
why can't you just drive like normal?
What the fuck you doing out of the car?
You
Like,
know?
for
Like,
what?
You ain't got no bitches. The
Yeah.
car was empty. Like, what are you doing it for?
I don't know.
But whatever.
Shoot his own music video? Who knows? Who knows? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
I just think if you're really that interested in like being a thrill seeker, like if you're like, no, I'm a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
Well,
Go bungee jump.
that, and I'm gonna be a little cruel. Like, okay, well, don't risk anyone else's fucking life.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna do that shit. Play Russian roulette, homie. How hard are you?
Damn.
How much of a thrill seeker are you?
Yeah.
And no disrespect to anyone who's ever lost anyone that's done that. I know that's a serious situation, but I'm not serious about it though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you're a thrill seeker, what you're doing is you're putting other people at risk because you want to sit out and you don't have any control of the vehicle's controls to hit the gas pedal or the brake or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just what did they say? Who did that? Ghost ride the whip? Who was that? Is that E40?
Well, that's the Bay Area thing. So
You know what I'm saying? And at least they do it in a parking lot. But
Yeah.
This fool's on the fucking 91,
freeway.
dog. Freeway, hauling ass.
on the 91 on a rainy day.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dog, what are you gonna? You're gonna kill fucking a baby, an infant in the car seat or something because you're gonna smash right into him.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you think you're hard? Play Russian roulette, homie.
Yeah.
See how bad you really are. Anyways, I know that was kind of deep, but
Go skydiving without a parachute. Is that what you're saying?
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That goes part of what I was saying last week. Like, oh, if you're hard all day, right? Oh, I eat concrete for breakfast. Okay, cool. You eat concrete for breakfast. Got to be hard all day. You can't you got to live up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be a bitch when you got to shit it out.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, dog. So
Damn, that's crazy.
and believe me, I'm mindful of what I say too. So
Yeah,
I watch that shit. And
that's nuts.
I've caught myself a couple times. Talking a little reckless, like, yo, someone's gonna take you up on it. You better fucking watch your mouth.
You got to, because you never know. You never know who's exactly. You never know who's gonna call you out on the shit you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
Yo, it's true.
that's fucking nuts.
But what's up with you? How was your day today? How was your week been?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Work is crazy right now. We got a lot of new shit going. I have no stories like anybody riding like that on the freeway.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just had a fool stuck. I take a back street home. Some food fucking try to go in the fucking mud, stuck.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 4 fools actually on Bridge Road.
Oh really?
Yeah, they try to go on the side. You know where it gets flooded?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they had Tahoes and shit, thinking, but no 4x4.
No, hey, didn't we just have a conversation about that, Dan?
Yeah. Earlier.
That's fucking wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
He said some dudes were in his backyard getting busy and shit, and they didn't have.
What?
Yeah, they didn't have a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
They said they were busting out the quads and shit, trying to pull them out or something like that. But,
Damn.
yeah, that shit is wild.
Yeah, people do crazy shit nowadays, dog.
Yeah,
People do
that's
crazy.
wild. And it's funny because like you can spend all the money in the world to make your truck look tight. Put the you get the little lift on it. You get the fucking the what is it? The mud tires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you spend all that money, you're still gonna be stuck.
Still gonna be stuck.
You ain't got a fucking 4-wheel drive. And I'm not knocking it. Like, hey, it looks dope, but
Yeah.
I mean, just make sure your truck never leaves the fucking the pavement. You know?
Make sure you got a tractor nearby.
Right? Exactly. Exactly, man.
Oh shit, that shit's nuts.
And then you hear stories too about like 4-wheel drives that
Yeah.
like that get stuck as well. Because I mean, there's some elements that you're just gonna get stuck in no matter what. So
Yeah.
I've heard that shit before.
Yeah. How's your New Year's?
Actually, it was good, man. We just chilled at my mom and dad's house, and
Cool.
I think we showed up maybe about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you know, watched a couple movies and shit, and just it was a nice New Year's, man. Believe it or not, it was a nice one. I mean, you know, we partied all these years, dog, but like this one was actually nice, just to chill. You know, it was the family. You know what I'm saying? Like
Immediate.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
I even took a little nap. You know what I'm saying? Took a little nap.
Damn.
Woke up. Yeah. It was like, yeah, they put on some. I can't remember what movie. Sorry, I don't remember what movie it was. But okay, so I'm kind of going off subject. Have you seen that movie Face? I think it's Face. Fuck, I'm probably saying it wrong.
Face.
Is it Face? It's on Netflix or Smile. I think it's called Smile. Smile. Yeah, it's a Face. I think it's called Smile.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Everybody in my house has, but I haven't.
So that was the movie that my pops put me up on I don't know, about a month ago. And sorry, because the last time I really watched the movie was at his house, and that was the movie that I watched. And that other one that you and Dan were talking about, what was that one you guys? The Barbarian.
Yeah.
That was the last time I actually watched the movie. It was with my pops on his I believe it was his birthday. So October 2nd, it was his birthday. We went out to what the fuck is that in Corona, like the Temescal side on the south side of the
Tom
15.
Farms.
Right around there. There's that like Regal Theater, like
okay, right there at the where the mall's at. That that steakhouse right there.
Yeah, there's that fish house, Taps Fish House.
Yeah,
and then there's that movie theater right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where we ended up watching that movie. And we went to go have dinner somewhere in Fullerton, right there off of I think it was like Anaheim or something, Anaheim or whatever one of those exits are, right off the 91. And we had dinner there, and then we hit the theater that was like right in the same parking lot, like next to Costco and shit. And we had my nephew with us, and they're like, you know, oh, we can't have him, you know. So it kind of sucked because you know you had to be older, and I was just like, that's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Like you have the parents, like you have the parents here. So long story short, we ended up cruising out to fucking like I said to Corona, and we watched the movie over there. But that Barbarian movie was like.
It's something else, right?
It's something else, and it's cheesy as
Yeah.
fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got a little disappointed
Yeah.
like towards the end when I'm like, oh, this is like supernatural shit. Like
It's a good B. It's a good B-rated movie, Doug.
I would say D+ at best.
Well, you know, it's one of those things that you kind of laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of laugh.
So,
at.
what'd you think about Homeboy at the beginning? Like, did you think he was like in on it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you think, Dan? Do you think he was in on it?
Yeah, because he plays the clown on It.
That is it. Yes, on the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Skarsgård.
yeah.
Skarsgård, right?
Yeah.
That's Alexander's little brother.
And every movie I've ever seen him in, he plays some creepy killer.
Yeah. Either way, though, like, I mean,
There was a lot of suspect shit in that.
Yeah, because I would never, you know, trust me, any Latina woman would not sit there for that long
Right.
and take that. Yeah, yeah, she would have left.
Yeah.
She would have left.
And he
Or
normal.
would she? Because she's like, I got to work every day. Because that's what she did. She went to work every day.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'll give you that.
Wait, but she was there just on a.
She was on a business trip.
She was
right?
on a business interview, so
Yeah.
it was an Airbnb type deal.
And what was it? There wasn't anything else available. Is that what it was?
Yeah, suppose it was double booked.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It was
right.
double booked. So I mean, come on now.
And then she showed up at night, and you couldn't see it.
Yeah,
It's
you
like, but you still got fucking headlights. What do you mean you can't see this? It looks like the fucking flats. Remember the flats
Yeah,
in Hammett
yeah,
back in the day?
yeah,
Like you roll up, you know that's
yeah.
not
Yeah, exactly.
the housing track on Menlo. Like
Yeah.
you know the difference when you're driving through it, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, how the fuck, you know? And then the next morning you're like, what the hell is this?
And I'm sorry, the brother who came out and was telling him to get the fuck out.
Yeah, they made him look.
If I'm in a neighborhood and somebody tells me like that, the locals are telling me to get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the fuck out.
straight up.
Yeah, because if they're telling me to leave,
Especially when you already have, like you've already kind of like
experience some bullshit.
It.
Yeah. You stay with this crazy white dude in the house,
Right.
Or this dude you don't know. You know, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
not white. I don't mean that like, you know.
Did they bone? Or did it seem like they wanted a bone?
He had the personality for it. He had the game.
I'm fucking. That's all I'm saying. In a situation like that, not me, not the married man.
No. Of course.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm talking about that specific situation.
In that situation, yeah, that's what you're going for. You're going for the gusto.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Of course. I mean, we double booked. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm making sure that other bed is dirty. Put roaches on that motherfucker. Go ahead. Throw some fucking tripas on there. Some raw tripas.
I'm making someone work. Huh? I'm making someone work straight up.
Hey, you can't sleep here, but hey, you know, there's room here.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, I don't mean, I'm kind of changing the subject a little bit just because I don't know, my brain's crazy, but I'm bouncing around. But did you see Cat Williams on Hot Boxing
No, I haven't seen that
with
yet.
Mike Tyson?
I haven't seen
Hey
that
Dan,
yet.
did I talk about that last episode? I know we talked about Hot Boxing, but did I bring up?
No, you talked
I don't
about.
remember.
Yeah, you talked about the legends on Hot Boxing.
Oh yeah, hey, shout out to the legends. We'll leave it at that. I meant all disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just talking
Fucking
shit. I'm just talking wild. But yeah. So I was watching that shit, right? And it was Mike Tyson, it was Cat Williams, and then it was fucking oh god, I just had his name. The DJ for G Unit. What was his name?
Oh,
Clue.
the Haitian cat.
The Haitian cat.
Who kid?
Who Kid? Yeah, that's right. Who
Yeah,
Kid? Who? I
yeah.
said Clue. It's Who Kid.
That fool's a dirty son of a bitch. Like I love that fool show, dog.
Yeah, and you know he was a co-host, you know, guest co-host or
Yeah.
whatever, and so Mike, you know, Mike gets on his shit. He's eating shrooms. He's got his shrooms and his
Yeah,
popcorn
of
and shit.
course.
And he's already bugging out, right? And he's on some shit like yeah, man, you know, I heard you rapped. You know, I want to hear you spit. You know, so he said it a couple times because I think what they were talking about, Who Kid and Cat, they were talking about like where they first met or whatever.
Mhm.
And then I think Who Kid said something about like, yeah, you were down with Diplomats, you know, like what was
Yeah.
it? Did you have a deal with them? And then Mike's like, yeah, man, I want to hear you rap. I want to hear you spit, you know. And
Yeah.
he kind of bugged
was
him. a little
adamant,
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He was adamant about it. And then there was one part where he was like, yeah, Cat, I want to hear you spit. And he's like, well, I want to see you punch him. He's like,
Oh shit!
and you see Who Kid, he was just like,
Why
like,
me?
what? Yeah,
Why me?
because it was so
Yeah.
funny the way he said it. I crucified it, but he's like, yeah, but I want to see you punch him, and you ain't doing it, you know? Because and then he was
Yeah.
like, he's like, because if I'm working, we're all working, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, that shit was hilarious. I know I crucified it. We could probably edit it
That
out.
fool,
but
that fool Who Kid has got some stories on
I
serious.
believe it.
He has got some story. Dog, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, that fool Who Kid's got stories, bunch of G Unit stories.
yeah. Oh, I could
Yeah,
only
you used to listen to
imagine.
that fool on serious, man. He's dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah, love it.
yeah.
It's
I
one of
could
those
only
things.
imagine.
Yeah, imagine he was there throughout that run.
Right.
Imagine that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But yeah, so getting back to that Barbarian movie, that shit was a little wild, you know what I'm saying? It was a little different. Even at the end, I was like, damn, you fell from the tower, how come you fucking die? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
and so
It was them titties that saved her.
you ain't lying, huh?
Those titties saved lives, dog.
Yeah, you ain't
Save
lying.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, those are some titties I never wish I see again. Or I hope I don't. And then so I said like, so I seen that movie, and then I can't remember when I seen that movie, Smile. But my dad was like, yo, Bob, you should watch it. You should watch it. So we watched it over there. I don't know, maybe we watched it on Christmas. No, it wasn't Christmas Day. I don't really remember, but I remember watching that movie Smile. That shit,
Yeah.
that movie was good.
Was it?
It was good.
It
Dan, did
wasn't-
you see that movie Smile?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because it fuck you up, dog. Because it fucked me up.
Really?
And
Change your life?
Kind of.
Really?
Probably for like an hour afterwards. That's it.
Yeah.
To me, that's fucking me up. An hour after watching it, after I'm like, that's whatever. That's just Hollywood. or whatever it is.
Remember, my bad, I'm cutting you off.
No,
But
you're good.
remember, I used to tell you about the nightmare I used to have
Yeah.
that I'd be with somebody, and then homegirl would do that kind of smile. So that's why I haven't watched that movie.
You should watch it.
Yeah, no,
It's
hell
gonna
no.
fucking
Yeah,
amplify
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
You
remember?
really ain't sleeping.
Yeah, it's with the it's with remember because you had the parallel one with the three chicks. Yeah,
With
and
the
I used to
what?
with the three girls. Remember they was
Where
split.
at?
Thompson, yo, that fucking house, dog.
Oh, you're bringing that up. I'm trying to be like, yeah.
no, that house. No, that was a nightmare. No, this is no real event.
No, I know.
No,
I know.
yeah,
No, she
but-
already knows. I already
yeah,
yeah.
Nah, but dog, remember I used to tell you mine was, just fucking get busy.
And it was right around the same time.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah. I think I fell asleep on your couch one time, dog. And you know that shit what they say, where you get that fucking sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
That shit happened to me on your couch right there, dog.
Shut the fuck
I was
up.
trying to get up. And
Why didn't I ever?
get up.
You never told me that.
Because you don't tell the people that live there that shit. Yeah,
That happened to me in the bedroom up front.
Shut up. That happened to me on your couch one time that I fell out.
I won't even tell the story right here, and and we can let one of one of my family members tell it, like my mom or my dad, because
Really?
I told them about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Just
shit.
to show that I'm not
Yeah.
just trying to like match your
No,
story.
no, no, no. That shit
was in my fucking house.
Doug, I haven't told you this, and it's been what, 20 something years.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 30 probably.
Yeah, I was saying like 27, 28 years.
Yeah, and that shit happened to me in the house. So it must have been that crib.
So my cousin Estella, right? You know how she was with Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
So Chuck was staying with us, and I remember her coming over or something. But she's a little older, so I guess my parents had boned out. They had taken off or something. I know she was nasty with Chuck in the house, so I was, she let me run around. I mean, we're like the fucking same age, but hey, that's my dad's cousin, right? So they were doing their thing, like, hey, watch my son, okay, whatever, right? So, but I remember her telling me that she was in the living room watching TV with Chuck, and she seen someone come out of the hallway and like through the front door. Like,
what?
No, my mom's room. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because your mom's, the door was right there in the living room.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So the front door is like right there. We're sitting on the couch looking at Thompson. You remember how the big windows?
Yeah, big.
And here's my mom's bedroom door right here behind us.
Yeah.
And then there was like the front room, and back room, the little hallway. Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah. And she said she seen him like.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was crazy. I remember, one night I forgot I think we went to like I forgot whose party it was, dog. But your mom went to go pick us up, and I had to walk home because this was when I lived in the apartments, by the cemetery.
I know. Yep.
And I was like,
that's fucking crazy.
yeah. That and I remember it was weird because I remember when we pulled up, like you could see like either the curtains were kind of moving, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta walk home. And when you got a cemetery on your way home,
yeah,
you're kind of like, fuck it, you're leaving. And that was because I remember that was after that shit happened to me at that house.
So that shit happened. Oh, so you seen that afterwards?
Afterwards,
and
yeah.
Everyone in that house is in the fucking car.
He's in the car, yeah. Everybody's dog. The house was pitch black. So I mean, come on. I was just like,
and that story that I fucking had, or that dream that I had was it's giving me chills.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
see the goosebumps?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I won't tell it.
It was constant. It was constant. I remember you telling me.
Yeah,
I'm having this dream constantly. And I was just like,
I don't know if it was because of my actions.
Nah, bro.
Or if it was the house. Yeah.
Nah, because like I said, like, nah, that crib was crazy.
It's funny because like you were able to say that you had an episode or a situation at the house, and you were like, yeah, it's kind of like sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So what?
My eyes were open.
Yeah.
My eyes were open.
Yeah.
You figure sleep paralysis, your eyes are closed because you're asleep.
And you can't, and it's like you're not actually experiencing what's really happening. Like you're awake, and then you can't speak, and you're trying to move, but you're like, yo, I can see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. My eyes were open, and it felt. Remember that old school ride that you used to ride at fairs, the thing where you'd stick to the seats.
Oh,
where you stand up and it would go up and down.
The V-Tron.
Whatever. It was like that silver fucking thing you get inside.
Yeah.
And then the seats would go fucking up and down. Yeah, but you'd be, standing up.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Remember trying to lift your head up off them seats?
Dog.
That's exactly what it felt like.
How did you fucking think? That's a good example right there.
Remember that fucking ride? That ride was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said V-Tron. It's not V-Tron. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that, but that's an old school fair ride.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it felt like. I remember I was like, fuck, like I can't.
That is a great way to describe it.
And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
it's
just gravity, like kind of holding you down.
And then you're like, I remember speaking, and the only things I remember hearing myself, and I was going, all I heard was,
yeah, that's all you hear. Yeah.
As I was like panic speaking, I was speaking.
Yeah, you were talking, but your mouth wasn't moving.
Yeah. And I heard someone knocking at my door, but my parents were at my Uncle Gabe's house.
Yeah, right down the street.
And the front bedroom was right by the front door. The front door was cheap. It was like that door was fucking hollow. Just fucking thunk. You can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what woke me up. Or I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But I remember I had the TV on too, and I was like,
yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Don't know that.
Dog, I
That
never
shit
knew that
happened.
shit happened to you.
That shit happened to me one time. Though, like I forgot what we were doing, and I think you crashed out on one couch, I crashed out on the other,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember it was just time for me to split, but I couldn't leave. I couldn't fucking leave. Like I couldn't leave. Like it was just crazy. And I'm sitting there with my eyes open. I'm trying to tell you, hey Bob, like something's fucking holding me down, but I couldn't. I couldn't say shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. For real.
Damn.
Crazy ass shit.
Yeah, that is crazy. You got anything like that, Dan?
Yeah, but it's for all scientific for me.
Oh, so
What do you mean scientific?
He's gonna
Dan?
go against what we just said. He's
Hit
like,
your, hit,
No,
hit,
no,
hit,
he's
no,
like, you fools are on drugs.
hit us with the
No,
logic,
no,
Dan.
no,
Hit us with the logic. What was going on with us then?
Well, technically, sleep paralysis is you're actually half asleep, half awake. That's why you're able to try to talk, but you can't move. And then that's why even back in medieval times, they would say like they would see demons at the foot of their bed, but it's all psychological. But I wouldn't tell anybody that they shouldn't believe what they believe. If you believe that went down, I believe you 110%. That's what happened.
What about when it happens to two different people in the same household? This is me literally finding that shit out.
Yeah. I never
Or-
told him. I never
or-
told him.
Well,
Or
I'm
what
a
are the
strong believer
chances?
that
What are the
we
chances?
sometimes we mentally connect. Honestly, like like when you're close with somebody, I think that's what goes down. Like it's like I don't want to make it gay. I guess we could say that, but like like you're thinking of your wife or whatever. She's like, I was thinking about you too today. Same thing. Like you guys are pretty
Or so-
close.
So that goes with exactly what I was telling you about earlier about the movie. What was it? The Black Mirror. What was the movie
Yeah.
you guys just talking?
The show, yeah.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, and you talk about how much time, and I said, "Hey, dog, I've been thinking about you my whole life.
Yeah.
Today's my
Yeah.
last day on the planet."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, nah, that
is that what you're saying, Dan? That's what it is.
No, I'm just saying like you guys are just friends, so you guys share like a lot of thoughts. I'm sure.
With benefits.
kind of same energy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like when you
No, I
guys are
hear
making music, you'd be like, "Damn, I've heard it just the way you were trying to write that before."
Nah, I wish it would have come out like that, but nah. That fool Bobby be like, change that shit, dog.
Change it.
Yeah, I was like, that's one too many words.
For real, you need to take that shit out.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I believe there's logic for everything, but I mean, there's things that are kind of weird. Like, I mean, have you ever noticed, like, you ever walked into another room and wonder why you forgot what you went to go pick up that you thought in the other room that you were in, and walk into another room, completely lose your thought?
Yeah.
What do you think that is, Dan?
Short-term memory loss,
I don't smoke
early
weed.
onset. You don't have to. It's gonna be early onset. I'm not a doctor, but
Don't be Dr. TikTok, man.
no. It's just I know what you're talking about with all that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That shit's crazy.
So I understand that you believe the science of it, but you have to believe the other element of it too, right?
No, I do. I've gone to haunted houses. My friends have said that they've had a little girl who's been in their house since they were teenagers. I've
Really?
house watched for them by myself there. As a teenager, I never saw anything.
You
but
never experienced
everybody.
anything?
No, and then everybody gives you the excuse. Well, if you're looking for it, it doesn't show up. But okay.
That doesn't count. That
Yeah.
was probably bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's they've the whole family accounted for it.
But how many days were you there? To be fair.
I think I was house sitting for about a week.
Oh, and you
Oh,
didn't see
shit,
you didn't
you
have
didn't
one
experience
episode
nothing?
in a week?
No,
Oh, that's
they
bullshit.
said they always saw her like in
were
the corner of
cheated.
their eyes, kind of walking by the doors and everything else. But it goes deeper into that. That's also that house has a lot of death in it though.
So for maybe you had something surrounding you that they didn't want to.
Yeah. I think there's energy in death as well, bro.
I believe there's
yeah.
energy.
I
believe in
believe
all
there's
that.
energy in death. You know, I mean, if you believe in like the rigor mortis part of happening,
Ooh.
that's that's all energy.
If you believe energy never dissipates,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's goddamn. It's like a Halloween episode and shit.
Hey, so
dog.
when we
We're
first-
fucking January.
When we first moved to Hemet off of Buena Vista and shit, we had a little crib out there.
Make sure you beep that.
Right. And we had a little crib out there, right? And I remember that summer, like I didn't know anyone. I came out here from Pedro, like I said, and I just had like I think 3 months. March, was it March? Was it March, April, May, June? Yeah, so about like 3.5 months. I went to Acacia. And long story short, I remember having the summer and my first summer here, and I had Regal, I think it was Regal, Tomas, David, myself. I don't know if my cousin was. It might have just been us. It might have just been us four. And I think we had gone to the lake or something, and we ended up coming back, and then, their parents let them stay the night and shit, because we were still like new, like and his parents and my parents knew each other from Pedro when they were youngsters.
When they were younger,
yeah. So, like I said, they rekindled and shit out here. They ran into each other and shit. So, anyways, so we're at that house and David's there, right? And I remember like being in the little living room, and David was the only one that fell asleep on the couch, on the long couch, and then it was like me, Tomas, and Rigo and shit on the on the ground, or whatever we were at. It was like in front of the TV. So we ended up crashing out, and then like the next day, David was telling us like, "Hey, there was a ghost at my feet. There was a person at my feet. I remember waking up," and he's like, "There was a ghost." So we named the ghost David. And
oh shit.
Yeah, because he was the only one that had seen it, but I didn't tell him that I knew about that ghost. I knew I'd never seen it. Look, I'm getting look at see my goosebumps. Right? Look at my line dog. Look at I got the look
That's
at that.
Crazy.
I had never seen the ghost myself, but I knew something was going on because I remember when we first moved into the house, my dad was on the road, right? He was on the road and shit. And I remember being in my room, and I was so excited because I didn't have to share a room. So I had my room, I had all my posters up. My mom helped me decorate, and the whole house is shit. We never had a house. We lived in an apartment the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being in the room, and the whole house was dark. Cause you know how fucking Mexican women are like, oh, shut off the light, shut off the light. So
Turn
the whole
everything
house,
off,
the whole house is dark except my room where we're at.
You don't pay the electricity bill, fool.
Exactly right. And fucking Mateo was little. He was a baby, and I remember like specifically like the door open and like looking into the hallway and shit, and like we're like right here chilling, and then Matt's like, "Oh, monster."
Crazy.
Monster. And he was saying that shit into the hallway. And then like my mom, like we looked at each other, like we looked at him, and then I remember like looking at each other, and she just like kind of went and grabbed him like, "Oh, Mijo, like, what are you?" And he was just like, "Monster."
That's crazy. That's nuts.
And this is probably like our first month, maybe second, maybe two, maybe a month and a half into it, and I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, yeah, we got a house. I had my own restroom. You know what I mean? Shower. I get, we got the mirror on the medicine cabinet mirror with the mirror on the wall. I can fucking see my sideburns. Like it was cool, And then there was an episode where like that, like I don't know if it was before or after that. I think it might have been before the story I had just told. This situation. So I went to go see my cousin. I went to go live with my cousin Castro in Buena Park, probably for like 3 weeks in that summer, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks. And I remember being out there, but there was a story that I guess my mom and my aunt, my dad's sister, my auntie Aya, they were in the kitchen at the house or something. And once again, my dad was on the road. It's probably the opposite. No, okay, I'm getting these stories fucked up. Sorry, guys. My mom and my dad will correct me. From what I remember, there was a situation where, I'm not going to say it right, but I guess David had walked across the house.
Oh, shit.
And then my mom was like in the kitchen or something, and that's when she called my aunt. And she came over with a gun, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. We're going to fucking cap this fool.
We're going to blast David.
Yeah.
That's the only way we could deal with this shit.
And so that didn't happen, right? So now, and like I said, my dad was on the road. So I remember that story. And like I said, I might be messing him up a little bit. But there was another story that my dad confirmed the other day where he said he was in the kitchen with my mom. And this is a different story. But he said he was in the kitchen with my mom, and David walked across the house, jumped on the counter, and jumped out the front window.
What the fuck?
Obviously, it's a like a silhouette, right?
Yeah.
It's not a physical being.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know. I never heard him say that. He spoke that to me maybe, I don't know, within the last 6 months. Well, yeah, at least like within the last 6 months. And
so like everybody knew about this. This is Okay.
Well, they kept that from me.
Of course.
They kept they kept that shit from me. But I kind of had like this little, because like there was this weird dream that I had too with my grandma, and it was at that house, and I had never experienced any like nightmares or anything crazy like that at that house. Or I'm sorry, even before that, like even you think about death, losing a family member,
Yeah.
whatever it is. How think of the saddest thing you can think of. You probably dreamt about it. You felt that emotion, right? In some way, you felt it. But I've never had dreams like this, and I had a dream where one time I remember like being at Weston Park, and I think we were playing ball, and then in a dream like every like little instance is different, right? Because you're dribbling, and then you look up and you see the rim, and then you look back, and then you're like in a different
Of course,
situation,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now it's like pitch black over there, but it was just daylight. You're balling, you look back, and it's just like all different. And I remember like hearing my name,
What the fuck?
Bobby,
No way.
Bobby, and I was like, what the fuck? And
No
keep in mind,
way,
keep in
dog.
mind, this is my dream though. This is my dream. This is my dream. And I remember hearing that shit, but we were at Weston Park balling,
Oh, okay.
you and I.
Yeah, okay.
And I remember like, what? And as I'm turning, and I'm like something's like getting my attention, and I start walking over there. Now like imagine Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Remember the opening scenes from Tales of the Crypt, or Tales from the Dark Side, not Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the
Oh,
Dark
same
Side.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember that, and I remember like walking, and I hear like Bobby, and as I was getting a little bit closer, it went from like a long distance Bobby to like, oh, I got your attention now, Bobby,
What?
Bobby. And I got there, dog. I was like, what the fuck? And it's weird. All of a sudden, it's a fucking, I'm in a graveyard,
What?
and now I'm looking at like my grandma. She's calling me from the from.
Damn.
It was just, it was so weird.
Yeah.
I had never experienced that, and I told her. My grandma's crazy too, because she was like, "Dog, this is what, 94?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What was it, 2022?" She was like, "I love you, grandma, but straight up." She was like, "Oh," because I ended up telling her, because my dad was like, "Yo, you gotta tell her," I was
I
like,
don't
"All right,
know.
I'll tell her, Bobs." And she was like, "Yeah, mijo, it's because I'm sick and I'm dying."
Oh, shit. Oh,
Keep in mind,
man.
I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
shit, I didn't realize.
Got
And
you.
then look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
2023
yeah,
now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, damn, grandma, why you fucking playing me on that shit? You know what I'm saying? But
that's shit. Hey,
it was shit like that
Yeah.
I like I said, I never really had any dreams like that before, or actually that I could remember. But that one specific time with my brother. Plus, we had a dog, Dane. Do you remember Dane? Were you there when Dane was there?
Nah, probably
So
not.
you remember Malachi, right?
I remember Malachi.
Okay, yeah. So we had Dane at that house, and I remember he would always bark in this corner. We had this like weird little cutout in that house, like in the hallway, and like the garage, between the garage, the little hallway. Here's the front door, here's the garage door, here's the hallway, and then here's like the living room, here's the kitchen. And then there was like this little cutout. It was like, like a glass wall, and you could see they had like vine and shit in there. It was like really small. But Dane was outside, and he would run on the side of the house where you would take out the trash cans, the trash bins, and he would just bark. And so remember, you're in the house. We didn't have curtains up. There was nowhere to put curtains up. It was just like fucking see-through. And I remember like hearing him and coming out and watching him bark into the corner where that ghost was at the feet of fucking David's bed,
Oh shit.
or the couch.
The couch.
I mean, like literally, like like right in that little area. Like, imagine probably from that wall, and here's the
God
couch.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that shit was just wild, dog. And that's why I'm saying, like, when all this stuff started coming out a little later, things just started adding up.
Yeah. That's how normally that's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. You start to pieces of the puzzle kind of start to
And then the neighbor moves out. The neighbor next to us moves out, and then he starts running stories. I don't know if it was my mom or my dad, and he was having issues. He that's what he said. I didn't hear the story, but I think my mom or my dad was telling me that, like, yeah, that they ended up saying, like, yeah, they moved because they were having issues with a ghost. And so I guess, yeah, I don't know if he was leaving that house and coming over here. I don't know what the fuck it was, but
damn.
But that was 94, dog, on Buena Vista, Valverde.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I believe what Dan is saying as far as like, you know, the scientific part of it, right?
Nah, there is. There's an explanation, but sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just, you know, the explanation isn't as satisfying as it is, you know, to be like, well, this happened this way, and it doesn't explain everything.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm a firm believer in I don't know anything.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, like we do convince ourselves to know certain things, especially when you read up on it, right? Or you studied, and you think, well, I know because I studied these you know, these books, these scriptures, or whatever it is. But just because you read that doesn't mean it's true.
It doesn't mean it's true.
It just means that you learned about something you read.
Yeah.
I mean, you were able to retain the information, and that's dope. But that doesn't mean that it's correct or accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's all subject to interpretation as well.
Yeah.
You know, on how you interpret it.
And that's the biggest thing. Like you get people who are actually like that. Like, oh, I read, I studied, I this, and it's just
So
like,
I know it.
yeah. And that I have trouble with those people.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because it comes down to what you get from it. Because I mean, there's like
you mean, you know, you're entitled or you know, you can read it.
Yeah.
Like you're entitled to the information if it's out there.
Yeah.
But take your piece from it.
Yeah, and you could you could read something 1,000 times, and 1,000 times you could find a different interpretation if you want.
What was that thing that you told Dan a little bit earlier? I don't know if we were recording.
I don't.
Do you remember Dan? He said something about 100% or 100 times, and 100 times you're wrong. What was it that you just said?
Shit. I don't recall.
I don't remember.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I think we did it off camera. Yeah.
Yeah,
but that shit was sharp. That shit was sharp when you said that.
No, but it's crazy, dog. Like it's true. It's true. It's one of those things to where it's all subject. I mean, and I hate to say this and probably get killed for it, but I mean, it's like how people say, "Well, I've read the Bible back and forth." Okay, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What'd you get from it?
Yeah.
Did you get from it, you know, let's say you did it more than once. Did you get the same thing that you did the third time on the first time?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You get different shit from movies. You watch a movie, you get a different, you know, you get a different feel for a different character sometimes, yeah.
Exactly, because you're at different points. So when you're reading it at first, it's new to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then you read it the second time, you're like, oh, I read it before.
Yeah.
So you remember some of it, but then now you're picking up on shit that you missed.
Yeah.
You read it a third time.
Yeah.
Repeat the process. Fourth time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, everything should change, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's funny because it's like that thing. And you know, you're probably going to sound crazy for the comparison, but it's like when you watch Blood In, Blood Out,
well,
different characters do different things for you at different phases in your life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, Miklo's the star, but you still see other characters in that movie that are just heavy.
Dog.
Heavy.
That movie is so great. It's so great. And a lot of people have issue with it, like, oh, fuck that. You know, I'll say the real real fools in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
But I didn't necessarily connect with that part. I connected with everything else.
Yeah.
And that part was just part of it. To me, that was the entertainment part of it, right? So I was able to separate all that shit. It was all the family shit. It was the family dynamic. It was, and not only that, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, gangbanger. Like, what you mean, hey, gangbanger, homie? Like, I ain't no fucking gangbanger.
Yeah.
You're like, you're fucking tripping.
Yeah.
But it's because we're Mexican.
So
they assume we're that way. Like when I was in Frisco a couple weeks ago, this guy, I'm not even gonna tell the story because I'm gonna crucify it. But the way he referred to me, I think he said Holmes.
Oh shit!
And I'm just like, damn, homie, like, what the fuck makes you think that you can just talk to me like I give off that impression, but he was like one of my own.
Yeah.
And he said that, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I just thought that was kind of weird, anyways. But that's what I'm talking about. Like,
It's funny that you say that because when you do get it from your own, you kind of sometimes think, well, what makes you automatically think that that's what I'm into?
yeah.
You know, what makes you automatic? But at the same time, it's like,
I mean, I was wearing a Pendleton
there you go.
and my LA hat.
There you go.
But he was hating on me the whole he was hating on me all that whole weekend too.
Got you.
Ask Chris. Chris, she'll tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, and still, I mean, either way, sometimes people try to find ways to identify. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got to try to find a way to
And it's
identify.
like just treat me like the same way you treat the fucking dude in the sport coat and boat shoes. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, just look at me the same fucking way. You
Yeah.
know, if anything, give me a little discount. You know, what I'm saying? Give me the homie hookup. You know.
Yeah. But I mean, it's few and far between the people that treat the custodian and the CEO the same way.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
And it's few and far
To me,
between.
it's like no matter what I've done in my life, or no matter like I'm to me I'm still the custodian.
You're still one decision away.
Yeah, straight
You're
up.
one decision away.
Straight
That's
up.
all you are.
Yeah,
You are one decision away.
I just want to smoke a joint. That's it.
Hey, but I mean, you know how many numerous CEOs do that?
No, but that's the decision that's gonna make me a fucking custodian again.
No. You're always one decision away, Doug. And you know, sometimes we were talking about that crypto earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one decision away.
Hey,
That's all it
Dan,
is.
do you kind of remember what you said about the crypto for our viewers and audience who don't kind of
Yeah,
understand
that
like that?
was-
You made a good point. I didn't even look at it that way, dog.
Yeah, because most people look at it like they're just buying coins, but the realistic part is you're buying a new piece of the new internet that's coming out, Web 3.0. So it's worth zero now. It could be worth 100 years from now, but you still own it. I don't know which way you want to look at
that's
it.
what
Until Elon Musk comes and buys it.
That's what it said. If you own 100% of nothing,
Yeah, if you earn,
It's
if
worth
you
nothing.
if you, what good does it do to own 100% of nothing? It doesn't. It's still
that's what
worth
it was,
nothing.
yeah.
I'd rather own 10% of something that's worth something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And like I said the first time, I understand both points
Yeah.
like completely because I'm that guy. Like, oh fuck,
But
what do I do? You know?
It could always go deeper than that because you got to imagine this. Who in your household tried to invest in Yahoo when it first came out? Because that's Web 2.0, and
Yeah.
it was worth nothing.
I
Just
think-
how,
Of course.
just how
Yeah.
this is.
I think one of Chris's family members invested in Apple.
Yeah.
And he's living lavish.
And I get that. And I get
However
that.
long ago that was.
I get that. But I mean, we're a music podcast. Let's use a music example.
Yeah, do it.
Well, I do.
A lot of these guys want their masters, but if your music didn't age well, what the fuck you want your masters for?
Hey, and why try to re-record it?
Why try to get it on Apple with you sounding like shit?
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I
Like,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is.
Yeah,
that shit is weird.
that's what I mean. I mean, it's not like
Was it like the 35-year clause? Or
yeah,
what was it?
yeah,
Some clause,
something like that. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I would rather own 5% of Reasonable Doubt
Yeah.
than 100% of Snow Informer.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's still
no,
not
he
doing
sold. No, he sold.
Yeah, but it's not selling today. You don't go to your DSP and listen to Informer.
I got you.
Yeah, you don't go to. You do not go to your DSP today.
Me personally, I do, but I'm different.
Yeah, but I mean, you're one listen.
Yeah, I
You
am.
know, no, don't get me wrong.
No,
I mean,
no,
hey,
no, no. You know,
But
I
see
don't
that
take any offense
you know,
to that.
and that's what I mean. Or okay, so then let's
We spent a lot of time together in the room since we were babies.
let's
That
go
shit
further
does
than
not
that.
offend me.
Yeah,
Fucking nasty ass.
let's go further than that. I mean, would you rather own a 10% of Straight Outta Compton, or 100% of Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him? You can't even name the single off that album.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that was before Too Legit to Quit.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what that's kind of my example.
Yeah, I hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you know what I
So
mean?
with that mentality or with that mindset, right? Whatever. It's hard to understand what,
to understand
to that,
what
to that part.
but
what
I
he's
get
saying.
what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Yeah,
But I get what Dan is saying.
Yeah.
Because eventually,
because that's all new.
all it takes is for a song off that Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him to get on TikTok, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll skyrocket.
to be part of an NFT.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah,
Right? Is that,
that's all you need.
Is that fair to say that to be at like on an NFT picture or some shit? And
It's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, it's a whole separate
my
thing.
bad, my bad.
But that's what I mean by, like, if let's say a song off that fucking Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em album gets on TikTok, that's worth that thing. Like he said, his father-in-law, all it has to do is be worth a penny.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then that's all it takes. And once it's
It's
worth
like
a penny,
it's like two extremes.
yeah,
right?
it's two extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all depending on who's right. It's all depending on which one's right. I mean,
is it right or luck at that point?
or
when the luck is in your favor, you're like, see, I was right.
yeah, you were right.
And you're like, no,
Yeah.
you're just lucky.
You're just lucky.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah. I think it's a little more strategical when you're getting those checks still because of that thing that's still worth money.
Do I get lucky, or does Elon Musk get lucky when it comes to that?
Well, that all depends. Elon Musk is always going to be lucky.
Is he lucky because he has 100,000 to put down, and I can only put down $100, and then he becomes a billionaire off of the stock, but yet I only become, I make 100 grand, but he makes $1 billion.
I think you got the answer for that, Dan.
Yeah, no, he's always going to be successful because he's an innovator.
Yeah.
I'm not I used him as an example. I'm not necessarily
Yeah.
speaking about him. I'm just saying in general, like we're talking about luck and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
No, because he's lucky. He started PayPal, sold
Yeah,
that, flipped
yeah.
that, and then started like
PayPal.
3 other companies after
Yeah.
that. Like Tesla almost went bankrupt, like what, 20 years ago almost?
Yeah.
I hear their stock is going down.
Well, they got competition then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got competition.
But do they?
Well, once the big boys start coming in, once Ford starts making an electric truck or car, you're fucked.
They do. They have the Lightning.
Yeah. Well,
They got the Lightning and they got the
I seen it.
Silverado
I seen it at my job today.
and if you buy an electric Lightning, go ahead. I mean, my Lightning needs to be gas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, well, the people are buying them because you can actually those newer trucks you can power your house with it.
Shut the fuck
I'm sure you can.
The
Yeah.
new
No
Lightning,
way.
that's the
Yeah, I'm
selling
sure you
point of the
can.
new
Yeah,
Lightning.
I'm sure you can.
It's literally, if you get
We
a
need
power
that shit
outage-
out here
Yeah.
because I think on Thanksgiving this year and
Yeah.
last year we were
Yeah.
fucking out of electricity
Yeah.
for like 16 hours.
Yeah, so that truck, I believe, it can keep your house running for like 32, I think.
Really?
Okay, look, I'm gonna be fucking complete honest. I could buy a $700 generator from Amazon right now, and all I gotta do is pour fuel in that bitch,
Yeah.
and it'll take care of
Or you'll have,
my fridge, and
But your $100,000 Lightning will be out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then once that goes, then we're fucked.
It's just
It says here, actually, for you guys, it says it can
Damn,
power up a house up to
damn.
3 days
really.
But at what point? That's at a full charge.
at a full charge. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So that means my chicken thighs ain't going bad.
straight.
No,
up.
you'll be good for 3 days.
Damn.
Fuck that. Just don't open up the freezer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like fuck.
Oh shit. What about the Rivian, Dan? That other little ass truck.
I haven't checked on them recently, but from what I understand, they have to recharge every like 25 miles.
Really?
Wow, that's not working.
Yeah, it's not because
I mean, I guess if you live in town and you're not really going, like
Yeah.
for the people that just go from here to Winco and to fucking, I was
in
gonna
town,
say,
shit, picking up the kids and shit. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking they don't even. So look, think about it this way: the convenience stores, AM, PM, 7-Eleven, Circle K's. Whoever buys a vehicle like that, actually, to me, I feel like loses money.
Yeah.
Because all the shit that at the point of sale.
Yeah.
You go in, the convenience store side
Yeah,
of it,
for
they
real.
lose money. They get double dipped in a sense because they're not just losing fuel, they're losing the fucking
The coffee.
Yeah.
exactly.
This one here, actually, the Rivian, I'm sorry, it says it can get up to 280 miles per
Damn,
charge. But the
see.
problem is that, if I understand correctly, there's no charging stations like there is for the
For
Teslas.
those, yeah.
So you're kind of screwed
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
end up somewhere.
And who owns the charging stations? I mean, what's that? What's the
Yo,
future with
that's
that?
what doesn't fucking get talked about.
See,
now
we're
they're charging
not,
for those.
We're not ready for. We don't have the infrastructure for electrical cars. yet.
100%.
Well, now they're
Yeah.
charging for those. They used to be free, I believe.
Yeah, it used to be. Cabin's only got a gang of those motherfuckers by McDonald's.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's all Tesla.
yeah.
It's all Tesla. I think that's why those fuckers started making
Straight up.
those things on your roof, solar panels.
solar panels, yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's why
right.
they went into that business because it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Shit, I went to it was Chris. It was, my family, and then it was Matt Stevens and his family, and we went to Yosemite. I think it was probably like 2017. We went up there and we stayed at the Tenaya Lodge.
oh
And
shit,
And that shit was dope, dog. It was. I had a fucking blast. It was snowing. It had snowed like a couple days before we had gotten there, and when we were there,
Hold that thought. You were at the lodge. I gotta take a piss.
misty, like a light drizzle, cold. It was fucking beautiful. And anyways, just to go
You in Minnesota?
Minnesota, fucking Bobby. I don't even know if that's the accent. I don't know shit.
It was close. It was close. Whatever.
I hated that shit when they called me fucking Bobby's, bro. Don't ever fucking do it. Catch you slipping. But yeah, so we were up at the Tenaya Lodge, and keep in mind this is probably like 2017. I think this was like January, February 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing. Just they had all the Tesla fucking chargers, like they must have had like 25 fucking Tesla chargers.
Damn.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to try to build the story up or whatever.
No, but no,
I was just saying that
true.
one time I was up there, like we're in fucking basically we're like 2 miles from Yosemite at the last like little lodge and shit before you enter the the national park or whatever. And yeah, they had all these fucking Tesla chargers and shit right there.
Well, you think it'd be 4x4 country, right?
Right.
And they got Tesla chargers. Yeah,
Straight
it doesn't. Yeah,
especially like in the snow, like there was literally snow like packed all on the highway, all in like in the lodge. I mean, everywhere there was fucking snow everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like you needed chains to go up.
Damn.
And there's Teslas.
Yeah,
charging station.
Of course. Yeah, that.
I got a truck, and I'm like, should I go to Idlewild tomorrow? Like, nah, probably not. I don't have any chains. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's fucking Idlewild compared to Yosemite, and people are just driving their fucking electric cars to Yosemite. Like, no big deal. We can,
Go gadget Teslas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up.
Oh fuck, man, that's crazy. Any current events, dude?
Not today, or
not today.
We don't have really current events, just whatever you guys have been sending in throughout the week.
Oh shit, nothing.
I sent in a gang of funny ass shit though on the gram.
This first week is pretty wild for the new year as far as current events goes. I mean, the football players.
So what's the word? What's the word on?
To what I see now,
he's writing.
He's getting a little better.
He's breathing and writing. He's actually, he can't talk, but he's writing everybody.
Yo, for real?
That's crazy.
Oh, that's great.
I thought he was done. Personally,
that man. Yeah, I thought he was done too. The way he collapsed.
Yo, what's that shit about? Like, something about like the NFL has been paying. I don't know. I seen it on Instagram, so I don't believe that shit. But it said the NFL has been paying out for CTE for so many years, but yet they're paying white players more than they're paying black players because they're saying their mental capacity is less or something. Did you see that shit on Instagram?
Nah, I didn't see that because I would have fucking probably flipped on.
I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is like, who the fuck? And they're like, and they were saying like that's a conversation that's going on to this day in the NFL.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean,
I didn't hear him report about it on. I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch.
They're not going to report that.
Yeah,
they're not going to report that. Is it a possibility? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean, it's
funny to hear that because like on a different level, I was at work today and my coworker had made a comment about another coworker.
Oh shit!
And it was in a reference to the region.
Yeah.
He's from. And same shit, simple mind, this and that, but it's us attacking us at that point.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not another race. It's just like us attacking us, right? Like I said, just a different region.
Yeah,
and just here, I'm not gonna repeat it on the podcast. I'm not. But
dog, with your laugh, I can tell why.
Hey, that shit was just so disrespectful. But keep in mind, like he was born and raised in Mexico and he came out here, right? And the other guy he's talking about is from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're all the same.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, Bobby. He's like, yeah, because of this, and he's a this fool and he's a that, and he lives, and because of this, and his head is like that. So that just means, and I'm like you really thought about that shit.
Yeah,
like,
he put thought into it.
And it just, and all I thought about was that tweet or whatever that I seen on Instagram. Obviously, it's not a tweet. I understand the difference, but and it just made me think about that. And I swear, like I must have seen that last night before I went to bed, and then I'm at work fucking 3:30 in the morning, and this guy's telling me this about referring to another coworker, and I'm just like, It was just kind of it was a little different, you know, but it was just like motherfuckers really do feel like that.
No, they
So
do.
it made me think back to the NFL shit. Like, yeah, they really do feel that way.
No,
If
of course.
if it's true what they said, like
Yeah. And we'd be lying if we said that you don't look at status on certain things. We'd be lying.
yeah,
We'd be lying. I mean,
and it's like no matter what level you're at,
no,
there's
still
always that.
there's
Right?
still a level above.
Yeah.
There's still a level
Yeah,
above.
you're not there yet.
Yeah, and
Hey, you're not here yet, kid.
yeah,
Keep
exactly.
working.
Keep going.
You're like, dog, I got 37 hit albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fuck every girl you ever slept with. I fucked her twice. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
23 and I
Yeah.
own my own house.
Right? Hey,
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
I got
it doesn't matter.
I got 3 paid off cars,
3 paid off cars and a master's.
and I gave one to my little brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even though that master's is like a bachelor, but hey, I got something. You know
I'm
what I
a
mean?
philanthropist. You know what I'm saying?
I got a master's in fixing refrigerators. Nah. You know, any job is good.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's funny that you brought that up because if you've ever noticed, my like idealism has always been a little different when it comes to that. I've never treated I'm not gonna say I hate the word paisa, but
I do.
because I still use it.
Yeah.
You know, but I use
in
it
a different way.
I use it in a way because I know what it's short for.
Yeah.
Paisano, which is, you know, your countryman, you know. And being that I know what it's short for, I have been on the other side of that. Remember, I told you I lived in Mexico. I went to 5th grade in Mexico. So I know what it's like to be the kid that doesn't really speak Spanish that well.
Because you are
Because I'm Mexican at the end of the day. Shut up. I'm paisa.
yeah, there we go.
But see, that's
There we go.
no, and see, that's why I never agreed with that. That's why, even back in the day, when it was, you know, when it was like, wow, like we really, you know, we're really gonna war. You know, it's one of those things. You know, because I know what it's like to be a foreigner somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, and I know what it's like to be the darkest kid in the class, the tallest kid in the class, and not speak Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, so therefore, you get. I mean, I think that's why I got tough skin. Yeah, you're gonna get. Eventually, you're gonna get. You know, you're gonna learn that lesson.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna learn that lesson. I fought with a fucking pair of twins for 2 weeks straight until that respect was earned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I found something real quick.
Talk to me, dog.
What you
Just
got,
what we
Bob?
were speaking about. So this is from CBS
Okay.
News, but it just speaks about how this is from 2021. Black players had to prove that they had a cognitive decline, and that was based on intelligence. So
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they have to prove that they
Wow.
were just as smart, according to this.
Wow.
And
See.
so this was a
and you said
lawsuit
that-
that started from a couple years ago. Actually.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. And it's fucked up because, like, really, the reality of it is you have these kids, right, that are athletically gifted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just stating the obvious, right? We're not getting into mental capacity and their ability and all that. I'm just talking about physical ability. And they focus on making it to the NBA, the NFL. And then you get there and your fucking bosses are treating you like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because we know
It's
where
like-
our real players come from.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Yeah.
the lucky ones are pretty smart. I'm not trying to say everybody's not smart, but we get it. The guy from East LA or wherever it is, like that baseball, that basketball was his only way out of that neighborhood. He's not focused on class. He's not focused on any of that. Now he's got to prove that he's just as smart as a guy who's been forced to go to school by his parents every day, and you're going to college. You know,
That's what's
That's
what's
how I look
crazy.
at
That's hard to chew.
And
That is hard to chew.
and it's tough that it's 2023 and that shit that shit is still
cracking.
happening. Yeah.
Still cracking.
So imagine being in the NFL thinking that you're doing it right. You're making millions a year. You got your necklaces, you got your whip, you got this, you got that, and then you see this shit and you're just like, damn.
yeah.
I gotta stay healthy because if I don't stay healthy, I'm gonna just be broke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be broke, and they're gonna abandon me, and fucking they're not gonna fix anything. They're not gonna work on anything to prevent issues like this from happening.
Well, because even in
the
college,
future.
their education was crap. Like
yeah.
in college, they gave all these black players
Just like high school.
They gave them African studies, so they wouldn't flunk out of college. Stuff like that. So you're taking a class that anybody can pass. Essentially,
It's like designed for you.
yeah,
right?
yeah. They're giving you the easiest class so you don't flunk out of
Like
college.
in high school, when Jose and I were fucking TAs, we're in the 11th grade and we're TAs. And what did we do? The football coach gave us passes, and we went and we chilled in the library.
Yep.
Salud.
That's special privilege. That's special privilege, man.
And that's when I smashed that one fool.
In front of the library.
Remember, we were in the library
Yeah.
chilling. Chris, me,
remember.
you,
Yeah.
Chris Laughlin,
Yeah, I remember
Monique.
that shit. Yeah, that's
I was
crazy.
begging that fool, like, please just leave us alone.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, so like that goes from high school, right?
Yeah,
Like in high school, we're getting passes because we're on the football team, whatever it is, right? Like, oh, you're cool, you're this or that, whatever it is. You get the favoritism, right, to pass, and then like Dan said, you go to college, and then from college, you go into the NFL. Like that one bitch said, she insulted LeBron James.
Oh, just
dribble the
shut up and
ball.
dribble. Yeah.
That's why I refer to her as that word. You know what I'm saying? I don't refer to women like that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Or I mean, that goes for men too. I think I stated that in a couple other episodes. And there's times where that could apply to me as well. So
Yeah, of course.
Don't get offended when you hear me say something, because
Yeah.
that same vocabulary is applied to me as well. And
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
yeah,
That's how it goes. I gotta go pick up this fool from his basketball game.
handle it, dog. All
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
And Dan knows that it's right about then.
Yeah.
I'm actually 20 minutes past.
Yep.
but anyways, hey, you guys have a good episode. Wait,
We weren't.
Was it first a good episode?
No comedy 1-5. We're
You say-
episode 15.
say
yeah,
it.
yeah. Sorry that we weren't. The comical guys we normally are, but we got into some real shit.
and today is like I said, it's episode 1 of the new year.
Technical difficulty.
There was a lot of
It's
technical
all right.
difficulties.
It's all right. We'll be
Yeah,
fine.
so Dan's gonna be bringing his shit next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, not next week. Next week we got a great fucking guest.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're about an hour in. We're keeping this short for you guys because we know that your attention span, or you don't really.
We all got ADD. Don't
Yeah.
even trip.
Yeah, straight up. My attention span sucks. It's like 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you guys have a good one. I'll see you
shit.
guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit,
You know what I'm saying?